Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing great. So, the guest for today's podcast is Aditi. She has currently joined an MNC as a drug safety associate. So, in this entire podcast, we'll try to understand or we'll try to decode how or what are the steps that are required to crack these types of interviews. So, without further ado, let us hear it from her only. And welcome, guys, to the Savik Show. Hey, hi Aditi.
Hi Savik, it's
Yes.
nice to meet you. I
Thank you
think
so
I'm
much.
meeting you after at almost 1 year. I joined your
Yes.
course, I remember, like
Ye-
business market analysis.
yeah.
The
So after
same month it was, like in October, I think I joined, and here
okay,
we are again after 1 year.
okay. So how are you? कैसे हो आप?
I'm pretty good. How are
Pretty good.
you, and how is your work going?
Yeah, I think it is going pretty good. As you have mentioned about my course also. So like this year also we have trained almost 70 plus students. So I think the
Yes.
entire course is also doing good. And as you know that we have also started this podcast channel. So we have also
Yeah.
gained a good amount of attraction, in the in our YouTube channel regarding this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think basically look like this simple motive of this podcast is to help students, right? And like
Sure. Yeah,
क्या
I
होता था
see.
like I'll be very honest and I'll be very like brutal in my words कि क्या होता था
Mm-hmm.
हमारे टाइम पे देयर वर नो वन टू गाइड अस प्रॉपर्ली, है ना? तो
बिल्कुल
हमें
बिल्कुल.
जब भी कोई रिलेटिव्स को पता चलता था कि बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं लाइक दे आर स्टडिंग फार्मेसी मतलब इनको दुकान खोलना है,
दुकान
राइट?
खोलनी है बिल्कुल.
बट what the things have changed a lot, right? बहुत कुछ like there is
Yeah.
consultancy, there is drug safety associate, this thing, there is PV proper, है ना? बट क्या है
Yeah.
बच्चों को like पता नहीं है, they always try to intend to go
Hmm.
to these research labs and all. So with the help of this podcast we are trying to shape their career in a nice, a better way. So
Yeah.
welcome Aditi, welcome, like you have found
Thank you.
your
Thank you
time
so
for
much.
us, so thanks a lot. We'll be अभी आज क्या होगा, आज आई विल नॉट स्पीक मच, आज सारा कुछ आपको ही
Yeah.
बोलना है एंड यू विल बी शेयरिंग ऑल योर एक्सपीरियंस. सो या
Yeah.
ओवर टू अदिति, लाइक मे बी यू कैन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम वेरी बिगिनिंग ऑफ योर करियर कि आपका स्टूडेंट
Sure.
स्कूल लाइफ, देन अ बिट ऑफ बैचलर्स, देन
Mhm.
मास्टर्स इफ यू देन हाउ डिड ऑल दिस एंटायर थिंग, how did you land up to this
Mhm.
MNC, and how did you crack the job? So over to you Aditi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, first of all, giving this an opportunity to be a part of your podcast show.
the pleasure is all mine.
And I would like to say one thing, that it's a very good initiative that you are taking,
Thank
enlightening
you.
up so many pharma minds, and you are doing this a great initiative, because everyone will get an enlightenment, like what to do, how to pursue their careers ahead, what option
Absolutely
they need to choose based on
right.
their interest, because they are getting to know about so many domains from through your videos only.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they that will click their mind कि उनका interest किस तरफ है and what they should go for. So
Perfect.
beginning with my own story, I would like to say that first of all, I did my like higher secondary education from Amritsar. I'm basically born and brought up in Amritsar, Punjab.
Okay.
And so after that, we all prepare for NEET. We want to crack NEET, become a doctor.
Same
That
story.
that we have in our mind.
Yeah.
So what happened is, like, I got a seat in BDS, not an MBBS, obviously.
Acha,
So,
okay.
but I don't have an interest to go in dentistry and pursue that thing.
Mhm.
So what the options I have? Obviously, the first option which I wanted, which I entered by my choice, is this pharma field. I feel I don't want to go to any other field, like being a nurse, or they are all good professions. I'm not saying anything about them.
Absolutely. We all
But
respect
the
to all
thing is,
the
we all want a
professions. Yeah.
white collar job,
Yes,
and we want a
yes.
safe option for ourselves also,
Yeah.
because we know that this career is this is a burgeoning field. It is going to prosper ahead. We are going to people are going to land in good jobs ahead.
Yes.
So I always wanted that I want to join something which is good, and which is the field which is booming ahead.
Yeah.
So I decided, and I started with my B Farm at Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar.
Okay.
And after that, it was always in my mind to pursue M Farm.
Okay.
So then I took admission in M Farm in pharmaceutics. I have done my M Farm with specialization, and after that, during my M Farm journey also, I always tried to look for some courses, like to check out my taste, like with what I want to do, what I want to join, like the course which I have joined, even yours, it was the
Yeah.
best course, I would like to say,
Thank you so
because you
much.
gave an very good, overview of all the things, like what methods were used for market analysis. I still remember everything
Okay,
because your
great, great.
examples that you did, that was the best part of your,
Thank you so
course.
much.
So in layman language, explaining everything so that even everyone can understand those things.
लोगों को
That was the
लगेगा like I
best.
am doing the advertising or marketing of my
No,
courses.
no, no, it's not like
Okay,
that.
okay,
I
okay.
always say that thing. And उसके बाद फिर मैंने ऐसे विजिलेंस का भी एक कोर्स एक्सप्लोर किया,
Okay,
and
okay,
I realized like I have some my interest in vigilance
okay,
because I want to work with patient safety, and also that way I started preparing for
okay,
it, and for the interviews and all. And
okay.
I applied to. I always wanted to work in a good clinical research organization. That's for sure. So I always wanted that I should get a job in a good reputed MNC. So that
And you did
way
that, so congratulations on that.
yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I just dropped my resume to the HR and all. I then cleared rounds, and
Yeah.
I got selected, and I was happy to know it's good like when you're starting your career in a CRO.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely. So we'll
yeah,
be coming to this job part. ठीक है, इसको हम
yeah.
like main, it is the cherry on the cake, so इसको हम last में
And
रखेंगे.
I
Yeah.
would like to say one thing,
Yes, yes,
like
yes,
I
please.
know from all your podcasts, all have been very experienced professionals. I am not. I have just joined it 1 month ago, so I will be only dealing with the interview part, like how to clear
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
And experience I can share obviously after 2 years or maybe 3 years
Absolutely.
if I like, yeah,
So देखो again like in this podcast sessions also there were
yeah.
two of my juniors were there. ठीक है, उन्होंने मेरी
Okay,
they said the same thing कि we don't have that
yeah,
much experience. But believe me,
yeah,
whenever you are entering into some field, right, the
yeah,
entrance is the most difficult part. ठीक है, आप एक बार
exactly,
उसको क्रैक कर दो then it is quite normal and quite easy thing.
yeah,
When you recently
yeah,
just a month before you crack that door, right, so you are really
yeah,
special for this entire audience. ठीक है, तो it is
yeah,
not like that कि जो आप like as you are saying ना कि कितना experience you cannot share that, but ठीक है,
yeah,
let us keep it aside, but let us more focus on कि आपने कैसे crack किया है इसको. Aditi, like as you have mentioned that you have joined B Pharma and then you have completed your M
yeah,
Pharma, right? And
yeah.
again उसके पहले you have like maybe taken the preparation for NEET, right?
Neat, yeah.
So it was
I
like
didn't took that high level preparation from like Helix or Allen, and then no, it
okay,
was just a basic preparation from my side.
okay,
I just tried to give my best from my end because I was just reading all that stuff from my end only. So I was doing that
okay.
basic stuff only.
Acha, acha. Then it
So
is,
yeah,
yeah. So then that means that you have not dropped any year for studying
no,
and for.
no, I am
Okay.
not.
Okay. So what is your viewpoint on this? Like because I have seen many students, they are going to that quota factory, right? And they are like like I will not say waste, but they are like dropping for 2 to 3 years, maybe sometime or more also even, and to
Yeah,
crack this NEET. So what is your
yeah.
entire take on this part? Should one go for
So
that or should one don't waste their years, rather like जो मिल रहा है उसमें चले जाओ? What is your entire call on this?
I yeah, it's a good question, I would like to say, but the only thing I believe is only go for like dropping a year, or because that's a part of your career, so it will impact your career ahead. Do that thing only when you are very sure on yourself that yeah, you are little away from scoring a good mark, and with a better preparation you can yeah go to
Okay.
that end, and you can get a good MBBS seat. So only go in that case. Otherwise, you have very good options. I feel this pharma field is very very good from
Okay.
all other
Okay.
fields. I feel this pharma is a good
Okay.
booming sector.
Okay.
So
Okay.
try to explore more and more about other sectors. Maybe you have a taste in that sector, and you can even explore more about that, and you can go ahead with that thing option also.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
not like, see, as I entered into the drug safety associate role, I am working in a clinical research organizations. My colleagues are all BDS, they are all MBBS also in my team.
मतलब लास्ट में फायदा
And
कुछ हुआ नहीं.
yeah, they are all sitting together. So it's only like, see, they are also switching their roles. They are coming from their clinical expertise, they are coming to this like
So any
pharmacovigilance.
idea why this is happening? Like जो MBBS बंदा है, why they are coming to this and
Yeah,
like
even I am even exploring. Yeah, they're joining like pharmacovigilance. Like, see, they are saying that it's a clean job. So it's a
अच्छा.
white collar job. You are sitting, you are reviewing all those reports, giving, and salary package is also very good. So the only main thing is what they want is they want a good hike, they want a good clean job, and they feel like they can relax, fully do all this stuff and give their opinion.
Okay, okay. So like Aditi standing at this point of time, ठीक है, standing at 2023, जो भी अभी बच्चे
Yeah.
like are there in their 11th standard or 12th standard, you
Yeah.
recommend them, right? Go for B Farm, like blindly go for B
Yeah.
Farm if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want. Okay.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
want, like if you have interest, I have even told one of my junior also, she was interested in coming to pharmaceutical sector, but the thing was I wasn't that much aware when I entered the pharmaceutical field.
Okay.
I joined B Farm just like this, like yeah, the university and all, but I think nowadays the students, they are more aware, like
Right.
what college they should join, what university they should join, they're checking their placements and all. And likewise they are preparing also for the entrance level test. And I feel that yeah, they are now
Right.
more aware than we were.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And then how was your experience? How were the 4 years of your B Farm? What did you do apart from studies and all? So you are like more into
I
studies or more into fun
Yeah,
activities?
I admit this thing that I am quite studious type
Okay.
of
Okay.
person.
Okay.
But yeah, I used to do all fun activities also whenever
Okay.
there was any freshers farewell or everything, or
Okay.
any games, or like we have Pharma Week celebrations also. So I used to take part in that also. So yeah,
Okay.
I have been quite active in extracurricular activities also, but not that active. Like I'm not a good like at sports and anything. So
Acha,
I
okay.
admit that thing. So
Okay. Okay.
that I lack.
Okay. And then why M Farm after B Farm? Like you could
It
have
was my
opted for.
short thing. Like yeah, I
Acha.
want to do, if I am entering into B Farm, I want to do M Farm also. I don't
Acha.
want to do something less degree than that. So
Okay.
M Farm
Okay.
करना तो short ही था
Okay.
कि M Farm
Okay.
करनी ही है.
Okay. So during M Farm, the best or not the best, the most complicated thing is to choose your project, right? Keep
Yeah,
project.
that I was confused in like going for pharmaceutics or going for pharmacology.
Acha.
So that way I was literally confused, but I I pursued my interest. Like I had some interest for drug delivery systems. Like
अच्छा.
मुझे थोड़ा सा interest है innovation में, like क्या क्या आजकल हो रहा है.
Okay.
So what things are happening for improvement, new novel. I like to study about novel drug delivery system.
Okay.
Conventional drug delivery, we always think about tablet, capsule, whenever we think about
Right.
shootix, but shootix
Right.
is not
Right.
about that thing.
Okay.
It a lot of developments are taking place. We are going for nano systems nowadays. So we have a lot of delivery systems. Micro needles are there.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting systems are there. Patches
Nanoparticles,
are there.
something
Yeah,
ऐसे भी थे, है ना?
nanoparticles are there.
Yeah, I have done my
So
M-Pharm a lot time back, so a long
Yeah.
time, so I just forgot about
So I wanted to, because I had interest in those systems. I always, so I wanted to pursue, like I thought like yeah, I should go for pharmaceutics because my interest is going that side only.
Okay. Then
So
pharmaceutics is
likewise I
done.
chose.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
pharmaceutics is done.
coming to choose your project.
Yeah,
How did you do
yeah.
that? And mentor
Actually,
also. How did you choose your mentor? Both these things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would like to. So first of all, see, mentor is very important in your journey. Mentor is you can't work under pressure. You can't work under stress. So mentor should be someone who keeps on motivating you throughout your journey, because you have lot of setbacks in your journey. So. As a part of our curriculum, we were allotted by a mentor, and I was happy that I was allotted by the best mentor of my journey. And she was very inspiring. She gave me a very good project to work on. I have worked basically on the diabetic wounds. I have developed a very novel delivery system for my, which I won't disclose it now because the paper is yet to be published.
No worries.
So I'll keep that confidential. And throughout my journey, I would like to say I got a lot of opportunities to explore. Even I have worked with like Baba Atomic Research Center.
Acha,
So yeah, so it was a very nice journey. It was hectic, no doubt,
Okay.
but a lot of learnings were there in this journey.
Okay. Okay. So,
So
Aditi,
a side hustle was of getting a good job. So
Acha.
likewise, I just
Yeah,
kept on
but
exploring
the
more
courses,
opportunities
different
as well.
courses. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So why not PhD, Aditi?
it's a good question because like, you can see like I am interested in research, I think.
Yes. Yes. That's
So
what I
no,
want.
it's not like that. But yeah, a PhD is something, it's quite long commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have patience. That patience we have shown this 1 year, you need to pursue that for the next 5 years. You don't know when this journey will
Even
end and
5
start.
years is not a fixed, right? You don't know
Yeah,
after 5
yeah.
years also you'll be getting or not. Okay.
Yeah, that reason is there. So
Okay.
it depends. depends. But if you are quite interested, PhD is a good field also. I won't say it is a very bad thing or not, but if you are interested, if you want to become a research scientist, then sure, this option is very good.
Okay.
But I thought of exploring vigilance, so I wanted to like do something new. I wanted to like do good job and work in an MNC, so I thought of joining
Okay, so like
Excel.
maybe then after like maybe after 3 to 4 years after doing after investing your time in this entire job and getting higher positions also, अगर उसके बाद कोई like you get a very good opportunity to go outside the country and pursue a PhD in a very good university, so will you opt for that or will you say no, let it go, I will be like staying in my country and in this domain only? What will be your call on that?
See, we don't know what will happen that time.
Absolutely. Yes,
We don't know. So,
yeah.
particularly, I am not even knowing that what my work profile will be, कि कैसा काम रहेगा and all, what sort of pressures will be. But the thing is, like, if I have been given this job, I would like to first go in this only, get
Okay.
good promotions and reach good heights.
अच्छा,
That would be my first goal.
ठीक है, इस क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा सा सिम्प्लीफाई कर देते हैं. लाइक मे बी आफ्टर 4 or 5 years if you get the opportunity to go outside India, will you be going that? Will you be taking that opportunity or will you be saying no, okay, I'll be staying here? What will you call on that?
That's a good question. That depends. That
Okay.
depends. Seriously, that will depend on many circumstances
Okay.
that will lie ahead.
Then let us park it for some other
Yeah.
time. Let us not go into that. Okay, is
Yeah.
Aditi spiritual?
But as of now, my plans are to stay here. So
Okay, ठीक है.
I have explored my ways in this journey only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. ठीक है. The next question is Aditi spiritual? आप spiritual हो?
Oh, I'm not that spiritual. I
You're
would
not
like
that
to say.
spiritual? Okay.
No, I'm not.
ठीक है. Then apart from this entire study, as you have said that you are very studious, ठीक है.
Yeah.
तो apart from all this,
We try to be spiritual. Everyone tries to be, but
I think you
we
have a
are.
very depth concept about this. So please over to you.
Yeah.
Please talk
No,
about
no,
this.
no, not depth concept. I like to listen to a lot of people on YouTube. My family is good follower of Brahm Kumaris as well. So we Oshoji also we like to follow.
Acha.
So yeah, so talking about spirituality, we should be a spiritual person, but we are surrounded by so many negative thoughts all the time. Like what we will do this thing, what will happen. So all those things they shouldn't be there. Then only you can attain that level of spirituality.
Okay.
You need to leave so many negative things behind, which we are carrying a load of.
Acha.
So
Quite deep.
that way I think.
Okay. So do you think there are also this impact of fake gurus, because we can see that not only in case of spiritual gurus, but like आज आप like you are opening Instagram, you are opening YouTube, there are lot of fake gurus, right? Either they are
Yeah.
selling courses or they are selling
Yeah, they are selling. Even I have seen.
Yes. So like what is your call on that? And like अगर आपको मौका मिले इन सबको हटाने का, will you go forward, will you join that community कि इनको भगाओ, इनको निकालो बाहर? So what will be your entire call on this entire corrupted वाला market जो चल रहा है? Because they are selling fear, right?
This is corrupted. बिल्कुल they are selling. You can't
Yeah.
find like who is original, who is fake. That thing
Yes.
you cannot differentiate.
Right.
So that thing is there, and it is in the market, and now this trend is booming even among people. Like they are going this way. So it shouldn't be this way.
Yes, absolutely,
They
absolutely.
are very less pure souls now.
क्या कर सकते हैं, कुछ नहीं कर सकते इसका तो.
हाँ,
ठीक है.
बिल्कुल.
ओके अदिति, मे बी दिस इज द राइट टाइम कि हम बिल्कुल अपना फोकस अभी इंटरव्यू वाले पार्ट पे ही चले आए.
बिल्कुल,
दैट इज
बिल्कुल.
योर स्ट्रेंथ बिकॉज यू हैव जॉइंड जस्ट अ
Yeah,
मंथ
I
बिफोर.
jotted even down some points like what can be asked in interview, so that I don't
अच्छा.
forget anything.
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच. देखो सीखो इनसे कुछ, बहुत कुछ जानने वाले हो आप लोग, तो बहुत कुछ सीखने वाले हो. प्लीज आई विल गिव हर लिंक्डइन आईडी आल्सो इन द वीडियो डाउन बिलो, सो प्लीज
Sure.
फॉलो हर. ठीक है, एंड लर्न फ्रॉम हर because she has just cleared the interviews, so let us hear it from her, guys. Okay, yeah Aditi, over
Yeah.
to you. All the steps, all the thing, every minute detail. ठीक है, अब मैं I will
all
put
right,
myself
all
on
right.
mute. Okay.
Yeah. You can even ask if you want to ask anything.
I will.
If I am not clear on any point, so you
Absolutely.
can ask.
Yeah.
I am currently working as a drug safety associate in the Department of Safety FSP, as a functional service provider. So we are providing our safety services to our sponsors or various clients. So client can be any big pharmaceutical company. It may be of India, it may be outside India. So we work with clients. We have clients from US, we have clients from EU. So likewise from Japan, and also we have clients from everywhere. So briefing about what you need to prepare in order to crack a pharmacovigilance interview. So first of all, three rounds are there mainly. Like you have HR round, technical round, and a round in which your written test will be there. And after that, you will receive a final call from the HR, like or a mail, like you have been selected and whatsoever, and they can even call you to clarify more about
Okay.
your
Okay.
role. So first of all, the main thing is technical round is important. The interviewer can ask you questions pertaining to vigilance in order to gauge your knowledge. So you need to prepare well about the pharmacovigilance. So crack this technical round. If you crack well this technical round, maybe you need not to sit in the even written test round.
So,
So employers, first of all, they make sure that you have the right skill set. You have the right abilities for the job. Right skill set, it can be even learned during your training period. But during that time, you need to show that to the interview that you are detail-oriented person. You are organized. You are able to work well with the others. You have a good teamwork spirit. So this is very important because you are working in a team. The team is of, like I already mentioned, doctors are there, so all individuals are there, so you are working with the clients, so you need to have a good teamwork spirit.
okay.
The another thing is, I would like to begin with the job role. First of all, what is the job role of a drug safety associate, or it is also known by the name of safety management trainees also.
Acha.
So depending upon that, so first of all, the drug safety associate is serving as a link between the company, and it is also serving as a link between the healthcare providers in order to provide the information related to the product safety.
Okay.
So you are not directly linked with the patient here. It should be very clear to anyone who is new to this field. So you are just working on the patient data at that time.
Okay.
You need to have a laptop, you need to have a patient data, and you can work.
Acha.
So you are not directly impacting a patient safety here. You are indirectly impacting the patient safety on a large scale, because you are dealing with the large data that you have even in your hand, like it is in the hand of the pharmacovigilance only, like they want to ban the drug, or they want to continue that product, or there is any change in the label is required. So all those things is managed by the pharmacovigilance department.
Okay.
So another thing is, what we do is, first of all, we are managing all the adverse events, common layman language that we say side effects of any drug, but in the PV we are using the word adverse event. So we are managing them, doing the triage, processing all those activities. And be very clear that you need to, it is also a sort of an IT sector work, that we are doing.
Okay.
So now, beginning with what will be asked in the interview. So the first and the foremost is, like, you need to be very clear with the definition of the pharmacovigilance. What exactly pharmacovigilance is. So be well versed with the WHO definition that is given of pharmacovigilance. Another thing is, be very clear with the terminologies which are used in the pharmacovigilance. Like any adverse, what is the difference between an adverse event? What is the difference between an adverse drug reaction? Like adverse drug reaction is any noxious or unintended response to any drug which need to have a causal relationship with the treatment, whereas adverse event does not have any causal relationship with the treatment that is given.
Okay.
So another thing is, like the basic terminologies, what is difference between a sign and a symptom, a disease and a disorder. So
What is the
you
difference
need
between a sign and a symptom, by the way? I also
yeah
don't know.
sign sign and symptom is, sign is something which is an observable phenomena, whereas
Okay.
symptom is a subjective phenomena. Like sign, it can be seen by any healthcare professional, like you have some, but a symptom is something which it needs to be diagnosed. It is a subjective phenomenon. You have this disease, you have this symptom, like nausea and vomiting.
Okay.
So that way, difference they can ask you, like with an example to quote. So another thing is, what in PV is asked is, what is a triage, basically. So triage is, when we are placing any adverse event into three main categories, like whether it is serious, it is a non-serious, or we are saying there is no case, like this adverse event is not true.
Hmm.
So we
Okay.
are doing such things also. And what they can ask is what products are covered by pharmacovigilance. We only think that the products which are covered are medicines, we say in a layman language, you know.
Hmm.
So all the biologics, what are blood products, vaccines, we have tobacco vigilance. So all these things, they are covered under the pharmacovigilance.
Okay. Okay.
So apart from that, about adverse events, you should know what are the grades of adverse events, what are the different five grades, and what are the types. Like we have augmented, bizarre, chronic,
Hmm.
delayed.
Yeah.
So all those things, they should be clear.
Okay.
Then they will come to the next difficult portion. Like they will start asking you what are the guidelines
अच्छा,
which
still we are
collaborate
on the
with
easy
the.
part. अभी तक हम
This
इजी
is
वाले
easy part.
ओके.
No, this
ओके.
is not tough.
ओके.
So they'll come to the guideline section. What are the
अच्छा.
guidelines that are collaborating with the PV? So you need to be very careful in that. What EMA guidelines are there? What FDA guidelines, ICH guidelines which are collaborating with the PV? So ICH, especially the guidelines which are collaborating, you should be very well versed with those. Like we have. QSCM, we studied like quality, safety, efficacy, and
Okay.
multidisciplinary.
Okay.
So, what ICH-PV guidelines we are applicable here? Like from ICH, efficacy guidelines will be applicable in pharmacovigilance from E2A to E2F.
Okay.
So that way you need to. And the another thing that they can ask is what is COMS, the basic definition, like what we are doing in CIOMS, like Council of Organized International Organization of Medical Sciences. Like it has different forms and modules are there, so you need to be aware of that.
अच्छा.
Another thing is in like European Union, good pharmacovigilance practices applicable, so you should be aware of the GVP. So GVP modules, all the modules you should remember, like if you are able to, so try to memorize those.
Okay.
And another thing they can ask is like what is an ICSR, the basic thing for which a drug safety associate person is working.
अच्छा.
Like what is ICSR? ICSR is individual case safety report. So what are we doing with ICSR? How we catch the information in the like we can get the information from spontaneous reports also. We can get the information from regulatory bodies also. From literature surveys we can get the information. We have certain licensed partners, or we can work on clinical trial data. So there are many sources of information. So you should be aware like from which sources we can get an information. And
Okay.
ICSR, then what will be done in ICSR processing, like when we get a safety patient data, single patient data, how to process it. First we need to do its triage, means we need to find out what information is there. Is any adverse event associated with a particular drug? Is there any causal relationship between both of them? Then we do data entry. We are entering the data in a database, and after that we are the quality control team is there who will do all the quality check. Then a medical reviewer, like a doctor or physician we have, who
Okay.
will review all the what work we have done. And after that the case will go to closure and it will be submitted. Final submissions will be carried out.
अच्छा. Okay.
So if we talk about the they can ask you what special situations are there in an ICSR. So special situations you should always remember, like there is a special situation of pregnancy, there is lack of efficacy, means the medicine was not effective that
Hmm.
much.
Hmm.
You should know that a patient has taken an overdose of it, or a patient has abused a product, misused a product, or has done an off-label use of the product.
Okay.
So or in case if medication error has taken place. So you should be aware of all those things. After that, another thing they can ask is a challenge concept in PV, which is very important. Like what do you mean by a re-challenge? What do you mean by a D-challenge? D-challenge is basically we are stopping a product when the adverse event has occurred.
Hmm.
And re-challenges, we are starting again our product even if the adverse event has occurred, and that adverse event when it subsided we started taking the product again.
Okay.
So you should be very well aware like what is a positive D challenge, negative D challenge, positive re-challenge, negative re-challenge. So all this material is available on the net. Try to go through it carefully and learn more about it.
अच्छा.
So the next thing they ask is how do you do causality assessment. So causality assessment can be done in two ways. Like we have WHO UMC scale by Upasla Monitoring Center, and we also have Naranjo scale. So Naranjo, the assessment by the Naranjo scale, it is now outdated. We don't do it. We only follow the WHO UMC scale.
Okay.
Then the most important question is, what are the data elements in an ICSR? How will you say this ICSR, this individual case safety report that we are obtaining, is valid? We can only say when it has an identifiable patient in it, we have identifiable reporter, we have a suspect drug, and we have an adverse event linked to it. So if it fulfills all these four criterias, we will say that this report can be processed as an ICSR. We can further go through it. Now we'll enter all the data in the database.
Acha.
If any of the report is and if any of the thing is missing and we think we can do follow up, so we can contact the reporter, we can obtain the information also from him, like this thing is missing, so please tell us like what uh, how medication was taken, what else, if any
Hmm.
other thing was used, or what adverse event you experienced, so we can do it.
Okay.
We have certain like dictionaries for processing of the adverse event. When we process any adverse event, we usually code it so that it is internationally
Available for
we are
everyone.
matching, yeah, for we are matching the international standards, so we are coding those adverse events.
Okay.
So how we are coding, we have certain dictionaries. So the dictionaries we use is medra, so it is a medical dictionary for regulatory activities. So we are going through the medra, we are coding. So like for
So this one
example,
is
like
available for
yeah,
everyone, right? Metra is available for
Medra,
everyone.
yeah, Medra, we get a Medra
It
dictionary
is not
whenever.
for particularly for your company, right? ऐसा तो
Yeah,
कुछ
no,
नहीं है
no,
ना?
no,
Okay,
no, no,
फिर
nothing.
ठीक है,
So
fine.
Medra versions we have, it is updated,
Okay,
and we get the new Medra version we have to follow every time.
okay.
And I can give a small example. Like if it is
Please.
mentioned like the patient is feeling queasy, so it is a
Okay,
very lowest level term in the Medra. So we have various level term, lowest level term, preferred term, high level term, high level group term, and we have system organ class. So we
okay,
have to reach that system organ class, like this term is falling under what. So this term is like, we will say patient is feeling queasy, its preferred term will be like nausea, the patient is having nausea, and so it will fall under the system organ class of gastrointestinal disorders. So likewise, so a particular code will be assigned to it, and we have to write that code there,
okay,
and you
okay,
have to code this event.
okay,
So so you need to, as a fresher, you need not to go into deep details. They won't ask you, because we don't have done any work on databases and all. So you need not, just only you should know like what dictionaries they are using,
अच्छा,
what is there in Medra, like what different levels are there. So then they'll ask you what ICSR processing softwares are there. So you should know the name of either 2 to 3 examples are enough. Like we have Argus, we have Oracle, we have ArisG, we have Sapphire. So mostly the pharmaceutical companies, they are working on Argus. So you can just remember like 2 to 3 names and you
अच्छा,
can answer them.
okay,
And you should be well versed with the adverse drug reaction reporting systems of the major three countries like India, US, and EU.
okay,
So you should be clearly well versed with the guidelines they are collaborating with these three countries, specifically the regulatory bodies, and what are the reporting systems in these countries. Especially in US, we are using a MedWatch reporting system. This form is there. We can download it from the FDA site also,
okay,
and we can go through it, like what information they ask to a person. So you can have a brief overview, like if anyone wants to, they'll not go in
अच्छा,
that detail
okay,
at the fresher level.
okay,
Then be clear about the pharmacovigilance system of India, like how this pharmacovigilance system was started, when it was started, and is it operating, like what cases they have been gathered. Especially, I think from Kerala, Kerala is the one country from where we are getting most of the cases. Like these people, they are reporting actually.
अच्छा, okay,
Yeah, it is not active in India at all. I feel this thing that we should be active also. We should have that much knowledge that we report whatever adverse event we face.
okay,
Sometimes adverse events, they are life threatening, people are hospitalized, but no one is reporting
reporting,
anything. We
okay,
are lacking in this, India is lacking.
okay,
So another thing is, like they can ask you what are aggregate reports and what type of aggregate reports are there. We have two types, basically pre-marketing and post-marketing. Like
Okay.
when the drug has not been marketed, we have development safety update reports, DSURs, because the product is under development stage. And after, if you talk about post marketing reports, we have like periodic adverse drug reaction report, we have periodic benefit risk evaluation reports, and we should know the timelines also, like when we have to file these reports. Different countries, they have different timelines. So again, we need to be well versed with the mainly three countries: India, EU, and
US. The US.
US. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, so this is the brief overview. I think you should know what is reference safety information, what is listedness, what do you mean by expectedness of any pharmaceutical. So, if you have this much knowledge, also that is self-sufficient to crack any PV interview. And the main thing is, like, if you have done any project in your masters, they'll surely ask you questions from there. They can pick up, questions basically from ecology part, the pharmacology section.
Okay.
And three important diseases that are being targeted: the cancer, diabetes, and I will say anti-hypertensive section, because the market is booming in these three areas. So they can target you there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
learn their mechanism of action, the doses, and classification should be very much clear.
Okay.
And I feel, yeah, this is self-sufficient, and you should be very well versed with your again master's project, because they will ask you what you have done, how you did it, what challenges you faced. So these all questions are tech questions. I think they'll ask to check your knowledge, to check your confidence, to check your communication skills. So that is enough. And in, yeah, written test, if I talk about, so in written test, what is there? They'll give you a narrative. They'll do narrative writing, because when we are processing individual case safety reports, so we have to do some narrative writing also. We have to sum up everything in a very clear way. We
Okay.
have to write when this patient, what was his age, why he took this particular medicine, um, what happened after taking the medicine, did he took any concomitant medication along with it, what he suffered, did he stop taking it, or what happened. So we have to write a clear narrative of it. So they can take a written test also, in which they
Okay.
can ask you such questions. They can put MCQs, or some sections can be there.
Okay. So Aditi, now you can take a deep breath. And I should like to inform you that this is the first podcast जहाँ पे मैं बिल्कुल चुप था. ठीक है. I didn't
No.
spoke a word. So
No,
so
no, no.
thanks a lot. और आपने like ऐसे like you have like mentioned everything.
Yeah,
But
I just want to tell you, see, I have not given the answers to the questions. I'm just telling the interview questions. Now I'll tell you how to prepare is, just go through
over to you.
GVP module 6. It's the Bible of pharmacovigilance. If you are well versed with that module, GVP module 6, then you can crack easily, because they have mentioned each and every small definition in detail. So you can just check it out, and there is a lot of material on internet. And you can
Okay.
even join some courses also if you want to. Otherwise, if you know that you can read them, you can go through them, then it's easy. You can even check those material. We have YouTube videos also.
So I would
So
just
that
like
would be
to.
sufficient. I think that would be sufficient.
Okay. Okay. So I just like to give you an idea, Aditi. Take a deep breath. Have some water, please, because you have spoken everything, and thanks a lot. Our audience will love it. So like Aditi,
Yeah.
Aditi, like why you can like maybe you can also start your side hustle on this giving courses also, because I do believe that you
I'll
have
think
gained.
of it. I'll think of it surely. So
Because absolutely, because you have gained a huge amount of knowledge. What I do
yeah.
believe, what have I like what I have seen right now, it is like amazing. So hats off. I think you
Thank you.
in the past, like before, appearing for this
Mhm.
interview at this MNC,
Mm.
you have like learned all of the things that was
Yeah.
possible on this Mother Earth, if I am not
Yeah.
wrong. And आपको सब कुछ पता है.
I would like to tell you, like, as you mentioned in your course, I remember you like giving interviews. You said that
Yeah.
thing once. That
अच्छा.
during my free time, I always try to give some interview.
अच्छा.
So
Okay.
actually, that was a very good point from your side. But the thing is, like, it was my first interview. I was very nervous. I would say I thought I should prepare everything what I can get. I should prepare. Like, I searched for PV interview questions again and again. Like, what they can ask. I'm lacking here. I'm lacking there. I always tried, like, I should have complete knowledge, so that interviewer should know, like, yeah. But
Absolutely.
I say, if you, and one more thing, try
Please,
to
please.
have publications also. Like, I have seen, like, they are demanding. Like if you have publication, it's like a cherry on the top of a cake. You are good
Acha.
enough. They see that you have a good literature survey. You
Hmm.
have done, because at this end you need to do good literature survey also. So
Hmm.
if you are in a habit of writing some paper, or if you have written some articles, so yeah, it would be easy for you.
Okay. Okay. So Aditi, like as you have mentioned about the publications and all, so I do also have few
Mhm.
publications during my F1.
Yeah,
So do
yeah.
you believe that AI can also affect our job roles? Maybe like if we talk about your job role, so how do you
Uh-huh.
think AI will
Yeah.
affect your job role, either in a positive way or in a negative way? Like what is your entire overview
Yeah,
on this?
AI will obviously affect our job roles in the near future, because
Acha.
most of the tasks now can be performed through AI. They can even, we can add some keywords there. Like if we are searching for a particular report, in I
Hmm.
told you ICS sir,
Hmm. Hmm.
we have to frame a proper, we have to enter the data in the database.
Hmm.
So if we give this system those keywords, like we are searching on this particular disease, we are searching on this, then the system can track all those things and can enter, and even can write a narrative of it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that way jobs will can be impacted.
But I think
But
I
I
think
feel in the medical sector, we
okay.
need a vigilant eye also. All the
Yeah.
things, they can't be managed by AI.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes we need to process it ourselves
Yes.
also, everything.
Yes. 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 And maybe like from the past few interviews that I have taken, not interviews, this podcast, they have
Hmm.
told one brilliant thing, that AI will not replace your jobs, but a person knowing AI will replace your job. Right. So I think in
Exactly.
PV also, I think
Exactly.
if you are also like taking
Yeah,
a
if
look.
someone can frame a certain system, like
Yes.
they can track all those things,
Yeah.
then it
Yeah.
can be.
Yes, yes, yes. So I think like as like I have taken few interviews, not interviews but podcast from the
Mm-hmm.
past one
Podcast.
month,
Yeah.
right? So I do
Yeah.
believe that the energy that you are giving to the interviewer is very important, and na
Yeah.
जैसे the love you have for your job can be seen into you, right? आपका जो
Yeah.
vibes है
Yeah.
and the confidence you are having is like really awesome. So first of all, like I would
Yeah.
like to
Thank you.
again congratulate you on that. Ki please do carry this positive energy wherever you go, right? And the
Yeah.
place is all yours. Okay. So
Yes.
do you
On.
feel that this positive vibe and this confidence is important in case when you are appearing for this kind of job interviews also?
Absolutely, it is
Okay.
very important. You need to show the interviewer that you are confident. You are an ardent learner. You learn. If you
Mm.
don't have the appropriate skill set right now, but you have the ability to
That.
learn it.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is very important. When the interviewer thinks that, then it clicks his or her mind that yes, this person is suitable for this role, and I'm going to take his or her in my team.
Okay.
So that is very important. That
Okay.
this
Okay.
thing is very important.
Okay. Okay. So.
Especially in PV, there is a lot of work. They check you, like what things you can handle.
Mm-hmm.
So what load and pressures you are able to handle. So
Okay.
that way also they just check
Okay.
it.
Okay. So as you
Yeah.
said, as you mentioned that you have a lot of loads of work, right?
Yeah,
So.
it's not load of work. See, what is happening is when we have clients from US, so just because I'm taking my example,
Mm-hmm.
so you need to collaborate with them. You need to be available to them. You
Mm.
need to talk. You need to give everything, the minute details which you have been doing. Like if any you are getting a case which is serious, so you need to talk about that. So everything you are working with the patient safety, the one thing which you aspire to work for. So for that you need to do such things
Yes.
also
Yes.
apart.
So how is the work-life balance?
So talking about the work-life balance, I think, as far as now, I don't know, because I have just joined. Like,
Okay.
so I have been giving trainings. Like they are giving me trainings. Like they are doing my mentoring and all.
Hmm.
But the thing is, like, if I talk about, as I told, for work-life balance, the only thing is you have meetings at night. Yeah, you do have.
Okay. Okay.
So you should be able to manage that pressure.
Okay. Okay. No worries.
That
So
should
I
be
think
there.
after you gain some experience, okay, maybe
Yeah.
after
Then I can better elaborate on this point.
yes, and yes. So like what my point was that maybe after 6 or 7 months you are a
Yeah.
bit experienced at that time. Maybe we can call you again, or you can come, or
That-
you can like just ask me, Savik, I do have something to share. Please call me
Yeah.
on your podcast, and I'll be happily welcoming you or
Yeah,
inviting you
yeah, yeah.
again. And
Sure, sure.
yeah, that's it. I think Aditi, like you have given us every single detail, जो लाइक आई थिंक हमारे ऑडियंस को.
I hope
यस.
because I was when I thought of like yeah I'm going to be a part of your podcast, so I always wanted like I can share each and every minute detail so that
You
a
have done that.
person who is new to this field, because I was new, so I wanted I was surfing on the net each and every day like what best opportunities I have in pharmacovigilance, like how to crack interviews. So I wanted like someone who is new to this can get an idea from your podcast, like yes I am self sufficient, I can read this material from the internet and I'm good enough
Yes,
to
yes,
crack
yes.
the interview.
And I think you have done it beautifully. So thanks a lot, and hats off to all your like hard work and dedication that you have shown to us today. ठीक है. So I think yes, like
Thanks
I
so
don't
much.
have any more questions to ask. ठीक है.
Okay,
Like बिना पूछे
sure.
आपने सब कुछ बता दिया. So it is like that only. So like,
Yeah.
do you have anything for me? Do you have any question for me, or is there anything you want to share from your side only, or is there anything
No,
that I have
I would like
missed?
to see you have been in the corporate sector for such a long time, you know, and so
Yeah.
you should better elaborate how a corporate sector looks like.
I
Like
think
what progress?
I think I will do my own podcast someday. I will be sitting
Yeah,
alone
you
with
need
my
to. You need
and
to.
yes, I'll do that. So I think देखो simple सा ऐसा ही है, like what I believe is like I do believe a lot in karma, ठीक है, and
Yeah.
अपना काम सही से करो, then no one can ask you like put a finger
Yeah.
on you, right? Even
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ऐसा भी होता when I have some ऐसा भी हुआ था, like whenever I have done my job perfectly, but still my manager shouted at me. At the same time, given my resignation, okay. So I am of that mentality कि I will give my best, ठीक है. And I know when you are giving your best, you have multiple opportunities, ठीक है. आपको डर के रहने की
Yeah.
ज़रूरत नहीं है. So this was one of the bad side. बैड नहीं बोलूँगा, बट आई जस्ट वांटेड एवरीवन कि आप अपना बेस्ट दो, अपने काम में कहीं पे लैग मत करना. देन किसी से डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है.
किसी से डरने की जरूरत
बिल्कुल नहीं.
Exactly.
देयर आर
And
मल्टीपल
this is what
अपॉर्चुनिटीज.
is the वो इसे mantra to be in this
Absolutely.
sector and to survive in this sector.
यस अगेन
Yeah.
ना आई डू बिलीव कि ऐसे सर्वाइव वाला वर्ड बहुत ज्यादा वो हो जाता है, ठीक है, लाइक
हाँ.
नेगेटिव वाला चला जाता है.
Negative चला जाता है.
आई थिंक यू शुड से कि टू शाइन इन दिस वर्ल्ड यू किसी से डरने की जरूरत नहीं है. रादर देन
किसी
टू
से डरने
सर्वाइव, टू यू कैन से दैट कीप टू शाइन और टू गो इनटू द टॉप of this corporate
Yeah.
sector. ठीक है, बस yeah,
Yeah.
that's it Aditi. I think I do not have anything much to share, but
You
yeah,
know
obviously,
the quote behind you that never give up.
yes
That speaks a lot.
yes, absolutely. So there are many. I think I will do a click photos
Yeah.
and again I will post it on YouTube.
Yeah, you should.
Yes, yes.
These are motivating.
Absolutely. Yes, thanks a lot Aditi. I think
Okay, thank you
it's
so
enough
much
for
for
the day.
having me.
Absolutely. The pleasure is all mine. I think it is one of the most beautiful as well as elaborative podcasts on this PV domain, and whosoever is
Okay.
like planning their career in PV must watch this. So
Yeah,
thanks
and
a
I
lot
wish
for that.
everyone all the best who
Absolutely.
want to join this PV domain, and even I can help it out if they want. Like I can share material also. if you
Absolutely. I will
want.
just give you the I will in under this video I will give you LinkedIn ID. So whosoever
Sure.
wants to follow your connective, they can do
Sure,
that.
sure.
Okay.
That would
ठीक
be
है.
fine.
ठीक है Aditi. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye bye. Take care.